Choose Your Charity, where our readers got to pick which charities they'd like us to make donations to. So Rebecca, on behalf of all the readers of Chesapeake Family, here's a check for Casa. And can you tell us a little bit about what Casa does?
Yes, Donna, thank you so much, and all the readers of Chesapeake Family. We are so blessed and thankful that we were one of the charities selected. Anne Arundel County Casa began in our county here 14 years ago, but it's actually a concept that started 34 years ago in Seattle, Washington. A judge who was hearing cases of child abuse and neglect felt he truly did not have enough information from the various parties present before him. And he was in a position of having to make very significant decisions for these children. Would these children be reunited with their biological families? Would these children be freed for adoption? So he came up with this concept of training lay people from the community and called it CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates. Well, his grassroots effort spread like wildfire across the United States to where we now have over 1,000 CASA programs. And as I said, Anne Arundel County CASA began 15 years ago. We are one of 18 CASA programs in the state, and we serve children who unfortunately have been victims of abuse or neglect by their primary caregiver, namely their parents. The abuse or neglect is severe enough that they come to the attention of the circuit court. At that point, they enter the foster care system once it's severe enough. The judges who hear these cases can then appoint a CASA volunteer to be an advocate for that child. So we are essentially the eyes and the ears for the court so that the judges can make best decisions for these children. And Donna, it is one volunteer to one child. And that volunteer would go through a very intensive training program. It's a 35-hour training program that consists of a very thorough background check, obviously, some court time, court observation, home study, and then they are sworn in by a judge. And they take the oath to become a CASA, and they can then accept a case. So it's our job to recruit the volunteers, to provide the training to the volunteers, and all of the supervision. So we'll receive an order from the court saying that there's a child that is in foster care and that the judge would like to appoint a CASA. It's our job to look at our pool of volunteers and match that volunteer with that child. In the CASA volunteer's role, it's a very unique volunteer experience. They get to know everything about the child for whom they're appointed. They are talking with the biological parents, teachers, foster parents, doctors, therapists, anyone that's significant in that child's life. And more importantly, they're meeting one-on-one with the child weekly to get to know that child, and they make decisions in terms of what's best for the child. So there'll be a court hearing. If the CASA is appointed to that child, the child at the CASA and one of my staff members attend the hearing, and the judge reads our CASA report. And they tell us time and time again that it's the report that they receive from our CASA volunteers that gives them the most objective, unbiased picture of what is truly going on. And they would love to have a CASA for every child in care. In Anne Arundel County, there's about 150 children in care throughout a fiscal year. Last fiscal year, we served 112 of those children. Again, our goal is to provide a CASA for every child so that every child's needs can be met and that children don't languish in foster care.
You need more volunteers.
We always need more volunteers. We always need, unfortunately, more money to increase our staffing because we have a supervision ratio that we have to follow. I have folks that are, their title is they're case supervisors, so they have degrees in social work, psychology, etc. But we have to follow national CASA guidelines, which dictates the number of volunteers that a case supervisor can handle. And for a full-time case supervisor working 40 hours a week, they can only have a caseload of 30 CASA volunteers. I have a mishmash of part-time people, folks that are interested in increasing their hours so that we can then serve more kids, because we know there are kids waiting And the judges know that we cannot serve every child. So if we can increase our staffing, we can serve more kids and get us closer to our goal of providing a CASA for every child.
So if someone wants more information about CASA, where can they go?
They can go to our website, which is aacasa.org, or they can call us at the office. It's 410-267-7877. We're located right downtown Annapolis off of Church Circle at 94 Franklin Street. We're on the second floor, so feel free to stop by. You can always email me as well. It's rebecca@aacasa.org.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are, again, so thankful and appreciative that your readers selected CASA as one of the charities this year. We can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.